Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Gamestradamus, and welcome to my walkthrough of the Challenges of Olympus for God of War 3. There are 7 total challenges. If you just need help on 1 or 2 of them later on, or whatever you need, go ahead and skip ahead. All 7 are here. If you beat all 7, you get to unlock that cool little combat arena, which really isn't that cool, in my opinion, but whatever. Anyway, let's jump right into this bad boy, shall we? So here I'm kind of in the middle of the the first challenge. First one is to continuously kill enemies for a set amount of time and make sure that not more than 50 spawn at once, which is pretty straightforward. Obviously, you've beaten the game at this point, so you should know somewhat how to play the game. And this one is just a button smasher. It is my best strategy to stick to the outside circle of this like inner shield thing, and just kind of keep going around and just use square. There's no real point to throw out combos because square will just keep launching you forward, which is nice. And you obviously want to aim for the bigger groups of guys and hope that you either knock them off this platform or just do significant damage. But you know, this challenge is pretty straightforward. So if you just run around in a circle and aim to hit the bigger groups of guys, you should do just fine. So anyway, on to the second one. Now the second one, you have to kill all the enemies without using any weapons. The pretty much only way to do this is to grab the smaller infantry guys here and use them as human shields, which you do by pressing square. Now there's these 2 golem type guys. I've already knocked one of them off the platform, and that kind of is the key. Also, when you're running with the infantry units, you gotta watch out for running into those like stone little head pillar things that the chains are attached to on the outside, because you'll stick the guy up against it, which will only waste time. So you just pretty much keep running at these 2 big guys. Just use the little guys to attack them, and you definitely want to try to push the bigger guys towards the outskirts in an attempt to knock them off. I did beat this without knocking them off, but it's definitely a lot easier. Especially this big guy, he'll stumble back a lot. So he's definitely the guy you want to try to knock off. And then when it comes to the rest of the little guys, depending on how many are left, if you can just grab the last couple and just use X to throw them off, that is the way to go. And also make sure if you have a chance to execute those bigger guys that you do not do that you just simply use the infantry guys to run into them, because it'll save you time. Anyway, on to the next challenge. This one is, at least for me, the hardest one to complete. You have to allow these Gorgons to turn you to stone 10 times without dying, which is pretty hard because every couple times they turn you to stone, more guys spawn. So these little guys here I'm killing because they give me a little bit of life, which you can kind of get away with right in the beginning here. You want to try to get up to about, I don't know, 5 or 6 times being turned to stone without being really damaged, because the last 4 times it's pretty complicated. And this is the hardest challenge, like I was saying before, for me, just because you're kind of at the mercy of the Gorgons and when they want to decide to turn you to stone. Because I mean, I've sat and played this level for a few minutes and I've been attempted to be turned to stone like a few times, which is just not going to work. So you want to try to stay at about a medium range, about the range I was at just then. I find that when you're at that medium range, they try to turn you to stone more. So you're hoping that they'll turn you to stone 4 or 5 times pretty quickly right in the beginning without being damaged that much, so you have a good start. If you don't really have a good start, don't bother, just restart. Because at this point it just gets chaotic. Another thing you want to do is make sure that you do not jump into the air, because you'll jump into the air and then they'll turn you to stone really quickly in the air, and then you'll just fall and die and crumble. So Once you get up to about six times being turned into stone, you want to just kind of run around this outside inner circle here, the inner little shield part, kind of like for challenge 1, and just keep moving around in a circle and doing dodge rolls, and hopefully the Gorgons will kind of catch you at a moment like this where there's nobody around you. The main worry here is these big ogre guys, because they launch those balls, which will instantly kill you if you're stoned, but also will knock you off the edge. So just be aware of them. Besides them, it's those other goat-like guys, I forgot what they're called, that are also a pain in the ass. So you kind of have to get lucky on that one, but good luck with that. This one can be a little tricky. This one you're trying not to get gored by these minotaurs or grabbed by the infantry. So as you saw right there, that's the way you deal with the minotaurs. You have to sit at the edge, let them run at you, and then you jump outside the circle and then double jump and fly kind of back over their head. You'll see I'll do it here again. So when they charge at you, you want to jump off to try to draw them off and then fly back. And that's just a quick way to deal with them. Also, right in the beginning, you want to immediately switch to the left directional button lightning weapons. These weapons are the best for dealing with these infantry units. And, you obviously wanted to keep them at a distance. Now, this is the kind of the hardest section. You kind of want to distract those beginning guys so that you can try to pull these minotaurs off the edge like that. And then at this point, you do have your rage built up, so you can use that as like an instant killer. You could also use that for that second wave of infantry. That could also work well, but however you feel. All right, on to the next one. This one is all about just smashing plenty of units. It's kind of fun, but you just got to make sure that right in the beginning, right when this ogre spawns, that you're already attacking him, so that hopefully within 10 or 15 seconds you're already on top of his back, and then you're just going around doing damage. So just right in the beginning, just start attacking him and make sure you do the square triangle attack. It tends to do more damage to him. And then once you're on his back, just stay to the outside circle again, and hope that you knock off a bunch of people. And obviously aim for the bigger groups, but especially aim for the wraiths that are on there, and then next the minotaurs. The wraiths give you a lot of points. Like right here, there's like 3 of them, see? So I'm going right at them, like, okay, well, I can get almost 200 points for the 3 of them. So, as long as you can get on that minotaur's back within the first 15 seconds or so, you should be pretty good. So just keep that in mind. This one could be also a little tricky. This one you have to kill a Cyclops, and for every Cyclops you kill, it'll spawn back 2. And you have to build up to 5 Cyclops without dying in a certain amount of time. Now, the Cyclops get stunned when you do your triangle big attack, so the key is to kind of keep them grouped up. Kind of like I'm doing here, I separated them, but if I was trying to keep them together. Definitely do not use the O execute move on them, because that just wastes a lot of time. You just want to keep them bunched up and just keep doing your triangle attack, and hopefully they get stunned. And as you see here, I tried to push them off, so I got this guy kind of over in the corner here, and my whole goal is to just try to knock him off. And that's definitely the key to this, is keep them bunched up and try to knock somebody off. Alright, on to the last challenge. This one's all about being quick. Just use the triangle and the square attacks and your roll to kind of get around. You just want to do a couple quick square attacks in the middle, and then use your triangle attack to hit the outside urns because it extends your range. And if you watch kind of how I executed it a few times, you'll kind of get it down, and hopefully you can pull off the same kind of thing. So I hope this walkthrough helped you guys get through these, and if you liked this, please check out my channel and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Subscribe now for instant gratification.